He doesn't have to take on that mentality every single night. Tonight he didn't.
Okay, Brew, do you think we'll see this version of Steph moving forward?
Well, let me say this first of all. I think Steph, there are, as great as people are recognizing how great he is, I think there are some people that they think he's great, but they also think he's kind of a system guy. Like all that Steve Kerr offense, and he's running around and moving around. Dame and Kyrie and these other, they don't have the benefit of that. And like I said, a lot of them don't want to run around like that. But Steph, if last night it was more of the way most teams play as far as the high pick and roll with the point guard handling the ball all the time, not Draymond. And Steph would be great playing like this as well. He played that way under Mark Jackson. He averaged 24 points and 8.5 assists, which was a career high. Like, Steph's passing is so underrated. Bobby Knight, when Steph was entering the draft, Bobby Knight said he's going to go down as one of the greatest passers ever. He thought he would be a great passer in the NBA, all right? And so he is a great passer. So we know our colleague Colin Cowherd and some others are starting to say, is he better than Magic Johnson, sure, which feels blasphemous, right? Because Magic is just such a legend. And I'm not where Colin's at yet saying, yes, he is. But it's ironic, last night, he had a Magic Johnson game. 20 points, 12 assists, dominated the game with 12 shots.
That's right.
Getting it to the right guys, getting his teammates going. I think Steph will do, as Kerr said, what's needed. They did on that one. Yeah. But what's necessary? Yeah. Right? So I think he may come out in game 3 and start playing like this. And if Clay or someone else doesn't have it going, then he'll go into, blow it up Steph mode like he usually does. But I think he can play this way if the others are high. I think it'll depend on the Lakers and on the others for the Warriors.
I agree with everything Steve Kerr said. Steph's greatest attribute is his shooting. His second greatest attribute is his selflessness. And that permeates him bringing on Kevin Durant at the expense of his own numbers, his own ego, his own shoe sales. It's him keeping the team together at times where Draymond has maybe been fraying it. Yep. He is one of the greatest leaders in the history of the sport. And I agree with Brew. Underrated playmaker. Maybe a little sloppy with the ball at times, sloppier than you would like. But underrated playmaker. Yeah. God, I hope they keep using him this way.
Yeah, that doesn't seem.
I mean, this would be a gift to the Lakers if the Warriors decide, you know what? Our plan is to have other guys take a lot of shots. And I know that sometimes folks are like, oh yeah, when you have a guy who can either, the Steve Nash, I know Popovich did this to Nash once, right? It was like, we're going to give Nash all the shots, take away his passing, he averaged like 37 that series, and the Suns lost to the Spurs. This is a different animal. This is the deadliest, most dangerous shooter in league history by a mile. Nothing, gets the crowd going, gets his teammates going, and I think this is a key part, incites more panic in the opposition than Steph Curry coming around the screen, getting ready to take a shot. And so if Steph is the one who is waiting for a guy to come around the screen so he can pass it, great, do it. Also, it's a different type of exhausting, bringing the ball up the court and having someone guard you those 94 feet. Now, yesterday, they were amazingly efficient, 2 points per possession, which is impossible when Steph was checked 94 feet bringing the ball up the court. I don't think that's sustainable. I think the Lakers would love.
For him, I think it is because he's running over. If he's not bringing up the court,
I know he's still
running over.
I get all that, but it's a different type. To me, it is a different type of exhaustion when you have to protect the ball, survey the floor, and for a whole 94 feet, and someone's checking you. I think the Lakers would love.
But don't you? It's not black and white. Like they could start the game with that same game plan. I think even last night, if Clay wasn't so hot, I think Steph would have started taking more shots
but also,
and done what he needed to do.
This is the most assists he's had in a playoff game in a decade. It's the most assists he's had in a playoff game in Kerr's entire tenure. It's not how the team is used to playing. So even if Steph is good enough to make it work no matter what, I do not know that I believe the rest of the Warriors know how to win under the method that they've been winning. This is a different thing. And last night, Klay was unbelievable, and they played a great game on both ends. I think it would be great for the Lakers if they asked Steph to be someone other than who he's been, as he's been one of the most dominant scoring threats in league history.
Let's take a look at LeBron's numbers. I didn't think he could shoot the ball from three. Then he came out and started burying threes. I said, uh-oh, hope he misses some. And he said, don't worry, Wilds, I got you. 21 points.
You do love taking shots at the kid.
I mean, it's all he likes to do.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he doesn't like tweet. He doesn't
He wants to back up.
Yeah, he's
Now
like,
you
no,
back
I
up.
like LeBron. I like LeBron. I do. I like him. Here's
missing a lot of threes.
Yeah,
That's all
he
I'm
missed
saying.
3 threes in the second half. Yeah, go ahead. What's your question? What's your question?
Not to you anymore.
Okay, go ahead. Ask it to Brew.
Bro, which half did you think was more noteworthy? The good first half or the I'm kind of out on this game second half?
The first half. And I don't know if Nick and I agree or not, but we might for different reasons, though. LeBron came out, and you know it. Even you picked the Lakers, but you thought they were going to lose last night.
Correct.
We all thought they were going to lose last night. I think LeBron probably knew that stat you throw out about the 15, last
Yeah, now
15
16.
series, now 16. I think he came out like, we going to put them boys in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go old school LeBron. And he was playing great. But the formula, this was telling Nick, and I felt this way before, but it was Exhibit A, that the Lakers' formula for winning is not LeBron going crazy and scoring 35 points. Because not only did they get blown out yesterday, when he has 19 points and they're down 11 at the first half, his biggest scoring game against Memphis was 28 points in Game 2 when they lost without Ja Morant. If you look at April, when he had 3 30-plus games, they barely beat a bad Utah team that was resting his 2 best players, and they lost to the Clippers. Like, the formula for the Lakers to win is to go through Anthony Davis and get some of the other guys going. And LeBron will do his thing too, but he's doing it within the flow. He's not out of the flow just scoring buckets.
But I agree that I think right now the Lakers are their most dominant when AD is having a dominant offensive game because the rest of the
And
pieces,
Reeves is involved,
sure.
and Russell
Well, Reeves
or
is
Rui or
but
Malik or whoever.
sidebar, Reeves could be in real trouble this series because they're asking Reeves to chase around Klay, and it's clearly getting to all of his shots are short.
Right.
So Reeves has a tough job on the defense and affecting his offense. I don't think LeBron came out super aggressive yesterday.
You don't?
Nope. I think LeBron just
happened
made
to
his
be
jump
hitting
shots.
threes?
Oh,
I think that too much of our LeBron analysis, sometimes analysis needs to go deeper and find the real reasons. Sometimes it's he was shooting 19% from 3 and he hit 3 of his first 4. And so it all of a sudden, it's not like he was, even in the first half, yes, if that would have filled out for the game, he would have taken 26 shots. He took 24 in game 1. It's not like that 26 is more than he typically would take. I understand that. It's just that his jump shot was falling. I will believe, to me, the sign of is LeBron taking this as a must-win or a grab him by the throat game is he going downhill again and again and again? He was not doing that yesterday. He was just hitting tough jump shots and hitting threes.
But he's always going to test that J.
Oh, no.
He loves shooting
100%. But I agree with you. My point is he's going to always take some jump shots early. And if he makes them, he's just going to keep shooting them. And then I think in the second half, it was the Lakers. The shame of last night is they were up 7 after the first quarter. Now, it's a long game. It's just but they had dealt with the fact that the Warriors had changed their lineup. The Warriors had blinked first. The Lakers, without AD doing much of anything, had a 7-point lead after 1. And if AD then and the rest of the team locked in defensively in that second quarter and had been, maybe we're talking about a totally different thing. Instead, a Lakers team that has not allowed a 40-point quarter all postseason, allowed consecutive 40-point quarters. As great as the Warriors have been under Kerr in this championship run, that was the most points in consecutive quarters they've ever scored, the 40 in the second and the 41 in the third or reverse, and they let go of the rope entirely.
I like LeBron. You guys are dissing him.